Did you know that if you make just $50,000 a year, you are in the top 2% of net worth in the entire world? And if you make $50,000 a year, you make 15 times more than the average person in the world. And in this video, I'm going to describe to you how changing your geographical location from one country to another is the most immediate quick jump in levels of status. Like literally, you would level up just your first step off the airplane. You see, while I'm not rich in the United States, I'm not, but I am rich compared to most people in the world. And that's one of the things that I most disagree with Andrew Tate on is, while I've resonated with him on a lot of things, a lot of times when he talks about what it takes to be a man, you gotta work hard, be smart, educate yourself, take risks. But he is absolutely obsessed with the idea that men should chase status and power. Look, do you realize what it takes to have status inside the United States? It takes being a celebrity, like having FU money, Ferraris and Lambos, yachts, Rolexes, beach houses, mountain houses. And I used to dream about that type of stuff. I used to have goals about having that type of stuff. And listen, that is a long, hard slog to do in first world countries. Almost impossible. There's always a bigger fish, a bigger pond. But instead, what I say to do is to go fish in a different pond. Go be a big fish in a smaller pond. And the funny thing is, I actually do know what it feels like to be a celebrity. With the whole geographical change, I've had people stop and ask me to take pictures with them. When I was in the provinces of Vietnam, I had people ask me for autographs. I'm not kidding. My attitude is that I am better than no one and no one is better than me. And chasing status, it's one of those reasons why, I remember I used to drive around mobile home parks back in the United States, and what kind of cars do you see at mobile home parks? I would used to see Hummers and Corvettes, souped up Mustang GTs, and really that's just a form of peacocking. It's fake status, guys acting like they're rich, but it really just fake rich. So the task really becomes, how do you make $50,000 a year and do it while living abroad? It's that whole Tim Ferriss concept, earn in dollars but spend in pesos. And that's the challenge you all should be focused on. And by the way, even if you only make $30,000 a year while abroad, you're still in the top 5.4% of the world. And then you just need to make a few $1,000s per month. And I gotta say, man, that should be doable for everybody. I can't promise it will be immediate. It might take 1 year or 2 years, making a lot of sacrifices. And I realize that most people will never make it. They'll get distracted, they'll take the low-hanging fruit, the immediate gratification of playing Call of Duty and watching Netflix like I used to do. But one of the sayings that I love the most is that you eat an elephant one bite at a time. Every day you take one little step in the right direction. You might miss a day, but the next day you got to get back on track. And realize that, making a few $1,000s per month while abroad, ideally you do want more. More is always better, of course, but I can easily live off $1,500 a month in the countries that I love to travel, like the Philippines, Thailand, Colombia, Vietnam, Cambodia. And there's so many more countries across Latin America and Africa. There's a few in Eastern Europe. But that $1,500 is very doable, especially if you pick one location and you settle there, staying months at a time. But you'll probably want more money because you'll probably want some flexibility to bounce around a little bit. Obviously, you got to take flights, and the faster that you travel, and you're bouncing around, the cost starts skyrocketing because you no longer get that monthly rent, the deals on rent. When you're traveling fast, you're staying in hotels, those really start to add up. That's one reason, I really like to travel in one place and stay at minimum 1 month, but oftentimes I stay 3 months or 6 months in just one city, having a home base. And then you can eat out of the fridge, do some cooking, save some money there. And, for example, my rent in Vietnam only cost $400. It was a little bit less than that per month. And that was a 2-bedroom apartment, and I signed a 3-month lease. It's only 4 blocks from the beach in Da Nang. So I think that you kind of get my point there. And, as an added bonus, really when you stay in one place for a while, you're going to really be able to start attracting more quality type women. Because one of the things that a quality woman is going to ask you while you're overseas is, how long are you here for? Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you on the road soon. Ciao.